Nearly 1 million pilgrims a year from all over Latin America come to Buga in Western Colombia to visit Basilica Señor de los Milagros and its Black Christ icon.
And as they approach the cathedral, they notice something odd, that the bricks are painted on from foundation to steeple. You'll see these faux bricks used all over Buga, on homes, commercial buildings, and bridges.
It's just one of the quirky things that makes Buga such a charming place.
Just walking around town, I saw the colonial homes, the Republican era homes, the park with the iguanas climbing up and down the trees. There was something about it, it was a little bit bohemian, just the right amount of texture and what I call grit to the town that makes it really wonderful. It's a town that's full of art and artists. It just had such a great vibe to it.
Buga is located just 1 hour's drive north of Cali in Valle del Cauca, the Cauca Valley. Along the way, you'll pass through some of Colombia's most fertile agricultural land, where sugarcane, cotton, and even grapes for wine are grown. This vineyard at the town of La Union produces some very nice wine and sherry. Buga itself was founded in 1555 by Spanish conquistador Sebastián de Belalcázar. Its warm climate, typically 80 degrees Fahrenheit at high noon, attracted Spain's elite who settled in Buga. Early settlers weren't exactly welcomed with open arms by local indigenous tribes. Natives drove the outsiders from place to place before they finally gained a foothold to establish the city that exists today.
Buga's historic district reflects the classic charm of its early days. Original colonial homes line its narrow downtown streets, which were designed for horse and wagon teams, not today's modern vehicles.
Valle del Cauca is one of Colombia's most fertile regions. Buga's strategic location along the Pan American Highway, less than 100 miles from the Pacific port of Buenaventura, made it a perfect place for distribution of goods. Colonists established ranches and farms producing sugarcane, bananas, cotton, soybeans, and corn. While the industrial era brought factories to Buga, the economy of this town of 115,000 people remains rooted in agriculture.
Buga's downtown streets are full of life. In Parque Cabal, Buga's main plaza, elderly men gather to play cards or chat while children play and feed the colorful iguanas that occupy the park's trees.
A few blocks away, university students attend classes at the Universidad del Valle Extension campus. Buga has 8 institutions of higher education, and young people play an important role in the city's culture. You'll find festivals devoted to film, alternative music, visual arts, chamber music, and more. An annual tattoo festival often coincides with Holy Week. Now that's diversity.
As most places around the world, young people in most of Colombia want to break out and move to a big city. But that's not necessarily the case in Buga, where young people want to stay and expand on the cultural richness that already exists.
Only a few expats have discovered Buga. The Holy Water Cafe is expat-owned, and it's one of the places in the city where you'll have a fair chance of running into other foreigners.
It's a 3-part business, I guess I would have to say. It's a restaurant and a hostel, and then we have a brewery. The brewery kind of just took off gangbusters. We thought it would be mainly for the tourists and expats and what have you, but the Colombians have really taken on to the beer and the pizza. We have sourdough pizza dough down here, which is pretty uncommon.
And if you were to live here, you could expect to live very well on a limited income, maybe up to 70% less than you might spend in the States or Canada.
And restaurants can be inexpensive too. You can get a personal pizza and a couple of fresh microbrewed beers for only $10 right here at the Holy Water Ale Cafe.
By far, it's more economical. I'd say by 2/3. We just had a good breakfast for $2.50 each. We had, scrambled eggs, and so, two people had a breakfast for $5. It was a nice breakfast, nothing fancy. Our rent is probably a quarter of what you would pay in the States, if not a fifth of it. We don't live in a fancy house, but we have a big house with a formal garden and a backyard garden and 4 bedrooms, and we pay $700,000, which was $350. So it's way cheaper.
Eateries serving traditional Colombian food abound. Most are family-owned and operated out of the home. Many offer a fixed lunchtime menu with prices ranging from $3 to $4 a plate. And for a little more upscale fare, head to El Trapiche restaurant, located in a beautiful old sugarcane mill in the heart of Albergue. You'll find several restaurants and bars located here. Home prices in Buga are reasonable too, and rental prices are very cheap. A 5-bedroom colonial home, for instance, can be rented for about $400 a month, although at this price you might feel the need to do a bit of renovation. Since Buga's early settlers were wealthy, most of its colonial homes are massive. In fact, many homeowners have divided their colonial homes into 2 dwellings, selling, renting, or doing business in one part while living in the other. You might dream of owning a traditional colonial home, but they often lead to headaches. Many need extensive renovation, and it's often hard to find craftsmen who know how to do the work.
But you can avoid many of the hassles of a colonial home while enjoying the charm of traditional Spanish style if you instead buy a Republican-era home. Republican-era homes were built during the first few decades of the 20th century. They were built rock solid, and you'll find them all over Buga. Republican-era homes often have many of their original features, such as hand-painted tile floors and beautiful wooden doors, window frames, and moldings.
Albergue is Buga's most fashionable neighborhood, located south of Rio Guadalajara, just a few blocks from the city's center. And that's another thing that makes Buga a great place to live. You don't need a car. A taxi costs about $2 anywhere in town, but most popular places are within walking distance. The Albergue neighborhood has grown over the course of several decades, and you can find all types of home styles here. Some, while modern, have a traditional Spanish style. Others are even more modern in style.
Finding a small to medium-sized house is often difficult in many parts of Colombia, and Buga is no exception. Colombians like big homes with enough room to host the entire extended family during the holiday season. You'll face some challenges if you're looking for a 1 or 2 bedroom house. Still, prices are reasonable. A 2,500 square foot, 5-bedroom home in Albergue, for example, can often be picked up for little more than $200,000. You can also find new 3-bedroom condos and townhouses here, starting at about $125,000. If home prices in albergue don't fit your budget, you can find bargains in the middle-class neighborhood of Santa Rita, where 2,500 square foot homes can often be had for $50,000 to $100,000. You can rent an unfurnished home here of that size for $400 a month. And unfurnished often means bare bones, no appliances, no hot water heater, sometimes even no light fixtures. As for the needs of daily living, Buga isn't exactly a shopping mecca, but you can almost always find everything you need. Family-owned businesses sell everything from fresh bread to tires. And then there's Cañaveral in Albergue. It offers imported items you can't find in other stores, like imported cheeses, spices, wines from Chile, Spain, and California. You may even find items you crave from home, like Heinz ketchup and Spam. Okay, maybe not.
And for other name brand clothes and household products, head to Buga Plaza. You'll find a wide range of stores, as well as 3 banks, a large supermarket and department store, a food court, and a 4-screen cinema.
And it's the perfect place to get a tasty ice cream on a warm, sunny afternoon.
Just across the street from the mall, Buga's bus terminal is a busy place. Since Buga is situated right on the Pan American Highway, you'll never have a problem catching a bus to most destinations. Buses bound for the larger city of Cali, for instance, leave every half hour or so, which makes it convenient when you want to escape to the big city. You wouldn't typically expect a hospital in a town of 100,000 people to offer a full range of services, but at Buga's Fundación Hospital San Jose, there's a 24-hour emergency room and a hospital that offers a full range of services. In the event this hospital can't handle your medical needs, you'll be in good hands in one of Cali's hospitals. 2 rank among Latin America's top 40 healthcare institutions.
Life in Buga is all about fresh air and the outdoors. Everywhere you go, you'll see open-air cafes, restaurants, even nightclubs.
And if you love the great outdoors, Buga is your kind of place. Just 10 minutes from the city, Laguna de Sonso Park is a birdwatcher's delight. And in other nearby parks and nature reserves, you'll find more exotic flora and fauna, lakes for water sports, fishing, and much more.
And when the sun goes down, you'll be happy to know you have plenty of entertainment options, including fresh, handcrafted ale. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm drinking mine.